Good morning, and welcome to Winnipeg, where we might have a nice sunrise here in a few minutes. We'll see. Now, before we get going here, if people watched the first part of my episode yesterday and didn't watch the whole thing, they would be left with the false impression because I said something to the effect of, we came to the conclusion that acetone will not harm the plastic on the sprue, like the model plastic. But later on you'll notice that I did find that it was softening the plastic. Okay. Do not use acetone on your plastic, on your model. Use the debonder, and I can't take that episode back. I can't take back what I said. But anybody that, like I say, that didn't watch the whole episode, they just watched the first part, they might go and ruin their model. One of the viewers commented how he had wiped down his hull with acetone, and it left the plastic rough. Well, I can see where that would happen. And also, I think that it's possible that there are different strengths of acetone. Now, this I don't know. I just thought of it all of a sudden here, that it could be that some acetone is stronger than others. I'm not a chemist. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about what I don't know and misleading people. Anyway, I did not come back to the model table yesterday afternoon or evening. I can't even remember what I did. I think I was really tired. Because I had that CT scan to go to yesterday, I woke up about 3 in the morning. I couldn't get back to sleep, so I was kind of tired. I didn't even put my cell phone back on the charger last night. It's still here from yesterday, but I'm sure it's going to work. Well, that's not my cell phone. It's my cordless phone. I still have landline. My cell phone is a little cheap flip phone, a little $10 a month deals. I just have it for an emergency. That's my cell phone. I never answer it. It rings 3 or 4 times during the day. It'll ring for a message that's coming in, or something like that. And you look at the call display, and you don't recognize these people. It's probably telemarketing, and if I answer the thing, it costs me, I think, they knock 50 cents off of my $10 a month. I mean, it's. I was going to say it's a ripoff, but it really isn't. It's for $10 a month. I mean, it's a nice safety feature to have. Which reminds me, I forgot to take it with me when I went yesterday to the hospital and back. I should have taken it along in case I had a flat tire. I don't know if I could change my own tires anymore, even one. Anyway, what do we got here? I don't know what we're going to do today, but whatever it is, let's get at it. Okay, here it is. It's about 11:25 in the morning already, and I'm sitting in front of the computer here, and I have been messing around trying to get this auto ducking to work. I spent probably 3 hours. I'm sort of at the place where I kind of have it figured out. I do know how it works, but to find the controls in this new DaVinci program, okay, but I think I basically got it. I just want to show you what I've been doing here. And all right, here we got the panel that I do the adjusting in, and most of it's done right here in this compressor area. And the idea is when we play the 2 tracks together, the music track and the track that has my voice going on and off, the idea is it's supposed to suppress the music when I start to talk. And I've kind of got it. You basically adjust the ratio and the threshold. And these other dials, well, don't worry about it. But anyway, I'll give you an example of how this works here. So I'm just going to start it. And you should hear that when my voice kicks in, the music drops down a little. Now, I don't think it's too important that I get the underside of this done. Okay, it didn't work. So now I'm back to square one again. I had it figured out here about 5 minutes ago. You know what? Let's go back to the model table. Okay, let's see if we can make up our flotation baskets. Flotation device baskets. Whatever. Now, I had originally thought that we had to make around 16 of them, but it turns out we have to make 32 altogether because we have to make 16 of the large size and 16 of the small size. So that explains why there's, what is there, 1, 2, 3, 4, that explains why there's 6 on the sprues, and there's 3 of these sprues, so that'd be a total of 18 altogether. So that means I can screw up twice and still have enough, right? Okay, let's slip on our macro lens here and get these 2, and I'll try and make one on camera today, if I can. I don't know if I'll be soldering these or not. I'll see, how they look when they're folded together. I got a feeling that just one seam has to be either glued or soldered. We'll see what happens. They're not popping as they usually do. Okay, I think I've got it now. They seem to be adhered down a lot more than usual. Don't know why that would be. Okay, we have a folding line right here, and we have a folding line right here. But we have to take this thing and make it so that it looks like this. But I'm not seeing any other folding lines. Now you can see there's actually, there's this panel would be probably this panel. And these 2 panels here would be these 2 big ones. And then this little one on the end here, that's probably this one, but then does that mean that the rest of this is supposed to fold somewhere? Like, shouldn't there be a folding line? You can see that there's a difference right there, but there's nowhere to fold it. It's supposed to be like a basket. And why is this curved like this? I think I'm going to have to go and check Stefan's book and see if I can't just see what he thought these things were supposed to be like, and because I would have thought if we were supposed to fold it the other way to make it look like a basket, there should be folding lines going across, but maybe not. Maybe this drawing is just not drawn right. I don't know. Now, I'm not sure, but I think I've got it figured out here. If we check this drawing over here, this has the appearance that it might have been rounded, and that would explain why there are no folding lines across here, because it's not really folded. It is rounded. It would be straight. It would be straight from here to here, but then maybe from here to here it would be rounded. Now, what I've got here is a 1/8 inch diameter steel dowel, and I'm thinking that maybe what a person is supposed to do is, put the dowel down, hold it down, and then bend this up so that it's perpendicular, and take the other side and bend it up so it's perpendicular, and you end up with sort of a U-shaped basket thing going on that the floaties would fit in. Yeah. Well, we have 2 extras. Let's just, for the fun of it, take one and do that. I'm going to have to think of a way that I can clamp this down. I don't know if I can use Andy's photo etch bender or not. It'd be nice if I could. I'll just get it here. It could be that we can use the nose of the bender to well, you know what I'm trying to say. Even I don't know what I'm trying to say. How do you? I think this is going to work. There we go, Andy. I'm sure getting a lot of use out of your bender. Just want to see if it's going to want to spring out of there. I don't think so. I don't think the bottoms of those fingers are rounded, if you know what I mean. So I don't think it'll ping out of there. Now, let's move in just a little bit here. Which way should I bend it first? I think, is it going to be possible to do 2 bends, or is it not going to want to work out? I might have to do the final bend with my fingers, in which case I think I'm going to want to do this bend first. Okay, let me just recompose a little bit here. Maybe I'll put the macro lens on and get in a little bit closer here. Okay, I'm going to try and keep the bender in place here. Oh my, when I look in close like this, I can see that I need a manicure. Oh well, let's not worry about it. Okay, now, I would think that the center of the radius, if you want to call it that, or the bottom part of the radius, because it's going to be sort of a little U-shaped thing going on here, should be just about in the center of this basket. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that if it bends up here and it bends up here, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm looking straight down on it. I know that you can't see the part that's going underneath there, but I can see it through these little holes. So I'm just sort of eyeballing the center, trying to get it halfway, and also square, so that when I clamp this down now, Maybe what I should be doing is just putting a little bit more tension on it, but not so much that I end up bending this when I try to adjust it. I just pull it out just a little bit here. Okay, now I think that's about it. I think that's about it. So if I clamp this down like so, okay, that's screwed down there pretty hard. Now, whoops, I end up stabbing myself here with the blade. Now, if I can get this to start underneath there, I'll just sort of bend it up, just get it started a little bit here. There we go. Maybe what I should do is I'll turn this so that it'll be at right angles to you. So let me check the monitor. There, you should be able to see better. Maybe. Sometimes I think I'm improving on stuff and I'm actually making it worse. How are we doing there? I think that's pretty much at right angles. All right, now let's release here. Now, is there any way I can bend it, clamp it down and bend it the other way? I wonder if I was to turn this around. Would that be possible? No, because it won't go up underneath there. So I'm going to have to do this other bend. Just let me think about it. I'd like to do it on camera if I can. You know, pry this over. Yeah, just let me think about it. Okay, I think I've come up with a plan. So what we're wanting to be able to do is to hold this down tight, and we can't go in underneath here to do it. And my plan is this. What if I was to take this and put it underneath here? Now there's a post going all the way down through there, so I can't go square, but I can go square enough that I'm not going to be putting too much undue stress on Andy's bender here. Mind you, this thing's built like a brick. Okay. Now if I was to go like that, let's see, am I going to be able to get this bent up past that finger? Yes, it'll just make it. I'm looking straight down on it here now. And I can see that it will just make it. Let's just put a little bit of downward tension on it here. Okay, now that's pretty forced down. Now, my thinking is that if I was to hold down on this end, now I don't want to do it so hard that I'm going to bend my rod here, because that's just enough. So once again, I need 3 hands here, and also I'm probably really getting my fingers in your vision here, aren't I? Let me just recompose a little bit. Maybe if I was to bring the macro ends in at an angle like this, then you can watch. Okay, let me just check the monitor here. This isn't going to work. Here, can you see it now? Here we go. See what happens. All right, what have we got? Is it even? Let's get that out of there. Now, if I was to fold, let's see, if I fold this end up here, maybe it's maybe the Tamiya bending plier might work better in a case like this. Where is it? It's at least I can get the bend started. I find with these things that once you get the bend started, it keeps going a lot easier. No, I don't want to bend this out of shape here. I'm trying to do it on camera, that's why it looks so incredibly awkward. The other one is, well, the other one I must have rounded it over. Notice that? I wonder if I can flatten that out. See, the end of my dowel here. I needed a little tiny anvil. Maybe if I was to take this and turn it the other way. Whoops. Like this. Let me check, is it still on the monitor? Yeah, you can sort of see it. No. And a little tiny hammer. Well, I think it's better anyway. That was kind of fun too. Now we want to try and bend that, remember? Hey, my photo edge plier, I probably could have just squeezed it. Too soon old, too late smart. Alright, I think that is sort of the way it's supposed to go. But it did not bend. Notice right here, it did not bend. Where if I can get that back here. It did not bend at the folding line. I wonder why that happened. Well, it might look alright anyway. You know, if I squeeze these in here, and I don't want to completely collapse this thing. Now remember, we do have 2 extras, so yeah, I'm just going to work at it a bit off camera here. I've poked at it enough, probably driven everybody crazy. Now, it was really hard to try and get this thing put together properly because of the fact that these corners are not square. They're rounded over. And what happened was, where the folding line is, it didn't actually bend. There's actually a folding line right here at the end of my, well, like there is on this one right here. So I am thinking that maybe what I could do is this, because this smaller one may have the same problem, is that maybe what we should do is get this bent first and then straighten it out, and then it will bend much easier the second time. Usually I find that I can bend something at right angles, straighten it out, and bend it back at right angles again, and the photo etch will not metal fatigue will not have set in, if you know what I mean. So, and I'm also thinking that perhaps instead of bending it towards the folding line, which is the way I normally do it, we should turn it over and bend it the other way. So let's just try that. Maybe problem is I can't see the folding line now. I know it's there approximately, and probably help if I put the sharp end of the blade in first, like this. And is it going to fold at the folding line? Guess we'll soon know. Okay, let's take it out and look at it and see where did it break. Not exactly right, is it? It's about as right as it's going to get, I guess. It's better, that's for sure. Okay, now the idea is that if I straighten this out, and I'll do the same on the other side, then I put my radius in it, then this thing will, I want to make sure that I put the radius the right way, or else I'm going to have to bend this back the wrong way. You know, I wonder if it would work better if I just took the tweezers and just bent it. That way I can see the folding line. Problem is I can't really put the pressure in the right place. It's probably going to bend that little post affair that the wire mesh is hooked. Yeah, you can see that. You can actually see it's bending in the wrong place there. So I pretty much got to use the bender here. I mean, that's why Andy made it, right? Okay. You know, there's another thought. I wonder how it would be if I was to put this bigger part in and bend just the tab part. Shouldn't make any difference, though. 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, right? Okay, I'll clamp her down. Put our blade in. Make sure we get it all the way in. And we fold this up like that. Let's take a little quick look here. The reason I want to take a quick look is because I think I can hear the music playing. Well, at least in my mind I can, because I think I'm going to have to call this episode quits here. Alright, now we want to straighten this out. Now, are we going to be able to put a radius in that? You know what? I'm starting to sweat. Yeah, you know what? Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.